Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, weirdos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Shatzer. And today, well, I have a very bizarre black and white film for you guys. Very gothic, very beautiful, and very weird. It is Warren Kiefer's 1964 very oddball flick. It is Castle of the Living Dead. And this one is something to behold, so let's get right in. Here is Castle of the Living Dead. Castle of the Living Dead is a classically crafted gothic horror Italian-French creation, infused with an interesting story, a clever cast of characters, and an abundance of atmosphere and style. Totally demented and thoroughly macabre, this delightfully warped black and white production abounds with its interesting locales and creepy locations, as it forges an intriguing story filled with twists, turns, and a good deal of obscure, unforgettable moments. Filled to the brim with death, delirium, and detestably disturbing details, Castle of the Living Dead is a wonderfully maniacal production, and one that is absolutely eerily entertaining. The film follows a travel troupe of entertainers, who are invited to a creepy and mysterious castle owned by an eccentric taxidermist named Count Drago. Once there, they come to find that he might be a little too obsessed with embalming the dead, as Count Drago has begun experimenting on live human subjects, particularly their ragtag group of performers. Trapped in a madman's castle and with nowhere safe to hide, can these innocent entertainers make it out of Count Drago's castle alive? Or are they doomed to stay for all time as one of the Count's lifeless mad experiments? With outstanding personality and tremendous range, the cast of Castle of the Living Dead is a rather impressive collection of unusual characters and engaging thespians, all doing their damnedest to bring this strange and unusual tale to life. From oddball performers to warped individuals, the cast is sensational in their respective roles, and they all provide a wonderful sense of bizarre temperament that fully encapsulates this unorthodox yet frighteningly gothic production. The standout performers and mad entertainers of this engaging horror piece are Christopher Lee as Count Drago, the wild eccentric lunatic taxidermist whose passion is preserving his guests for all time. Philippe Leroy as Eric, an ex-officer who joins up with the troupe and takes on the role of Harlequin. Jacques Stanley as Bruno, the leader of the troupe and quite a large prick. Gaia Germani as Laura, Bruno's beautiful assistant and professional taxidermist tamer. Antonio Di Martino as Nick, a clever and superstitious little person who doesn't trust Drago and his creepy castle of stiffs. Luciano Pigozzi as Dart, the troupe's old harlequin who got fired for being a troublemaking douchebag. Mirko Valentin as Sandro, Count Drago's creeptastic servant and obedient enforcer. And finally, Donald Sutherland in an unusual trio performance as Sergeant Paul, the Witch, and the Old Woman, an assorted gaggle of weirdos that pop up throughout this twisted story. Strange, unusual, and everything in between, the cast is a diverse spectacle to say the least, and they all provide a great deal of life and energy to this already lively production. Cast aside, Castle of the Living Dead is a rather rare breed of cinematic obscurity, as it blends so many different elements in order to get its final fantastic form, that it manages to create something wholly original, yet extremely familiar with its heavy gothic tone and grim subject matter. The film is fabulously atmospheric, with a slew of truly haunting locations and set pieces to help crank up the horror of the production. Following that tried and true formula of mad recluse scientist, but with a taxidermy twist, the story is able to mix things up a bit, which makes for an interesting spin on the standard horror tale. The black and white photography of the picture is also rather beautiful and foreboding, providing a wonderfully vivid visual tapestry for the film to pull its audience into and get lost in the madness on screen. With Christopher Lee putting in a typically outstanding performance, and the entire cast of misfits doing a wonderful job in filling in the rest of the macabre-filled world, you really can't go wrong with this extremely enthralling flick. In the end, Castle of the Living Dead is an outstandingly atmospheric Italian-French horror oddity that's completely gothic and truly to die for. And there you have it, creepers. That is the really gothic and beautifully crafted horror flick that is Castle of the Living Dead. Just a really great Euro find that was pretty rare, and luckily it came out in a Christopher Lee box set that is, like the movie, absolutely to die for. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.